going to.
Well, Chapter 14 would be Perfect Cell Saga, all that. Perfect Spot. Now at the end of the Perfect Cell Saga, Cell departs and says that there's going to be a Cell Games in a couple of months or something like that. So there's a gap of time there. So this is where Chapter 15 can be the first Broly movie. Yeah, that works. After the Broly movie, Chapter 16 is the Cell Games. They go to fight Cell, Gohan defeats him, Cell dies, Goku dies, King Kai's planet is blown up, everything works out. Now, Chapter 17 is the BoJack Unbound movie. That's Chapter 17 because in BoJack Unbound, King Kai explains that the Kais fought BoJack back in the day, and they sealed him in a star, and when King Kai's planet blew up, the supersonic waves of King Kai's planet that exploded broke basically the star that was holding BoJack. So now BoJack is unleashed. So basically, King Kai's planet blowing up, killing Cell and Goku, actually brought BoJack back to life, and his crew, and his gang. So after the Cell Games, BoJack Unbound is perfectly fitting in the timeline. And in BoJack Unbound, Goku is still dead. He's hanging out with King Kai, Bubbles, and Gregory on like this rocky cliff near Snake Way, because it's the only place they can go because his planet is blown up. And they're playing cards and shit. It's perfect. Gohan's still a teenager, and it's the last time that he's a teenager, and it also fits right next to the Cell Games saga that happened right before it, because the way Gohan kills BoJack is the same way Gohan killed Cell. Chapter 18, we have the Great Saiyan Man saga. And this is when Gohan's now an adult, he's grown up. Goku has that space tournament in heaven or whatever. We've now entered Gohan being an adult. This is where it should be, Chapter 18. Chapter 19, Broly's Second Coming. So the second Broly movie, Goku is still dead. Yeah, Broly's Second Coming fitting Chapter 19. Chapter 20, we have the third and final Broly movie, Bio Broly. And it fits there because it makes sense. We gotta get the Broly stuff out of the way because they can't be fighting Broly during the Buu saga, because the whole time they were fighting Buu, it was like neck and neck. Buu was the ultimate force, so Broly needs to be killed first. So, Chapter 20, Bio Broly, moving on. Chapter 21, we have the World Tournament Saga and the Majin Buu Saga and the Babidi Saga. Okay, so this is, early Majin Buu comes out of the egg, Vegeta dies, we all know what happens. That's Chapter 21. Now, here's the little tricky part here. Chapter 22 is the Fusion Reborn Saga, or the movie, basically, Fusion Reborn. Now, the events that occur in this film are similar stuff that actually happens when they fight Buu later on. Both Goku and Vegeta fusing, being forced to fuse to fight the villain. Also, Janemba's first form is a fat, pudgy monster who's innocent. Same thing as Buu's first form. His second form is more sinister. He's skinnier. Well, he's skinny. Janemba with the sword. That is your Super Buu, or Kid Buu, or whatever. And they even fight like the villains that were killed in Hell in this movie. Well, not Goku and Vegeta, the others do. Which is something that happens in the Buu saga also, afterwards. So, actually, this movie is kind of like an alternate version of if Buu didn't exist. This is pretty much what it would have been. It would have been Janemba instead of Buu that they fought. But it still takes place in this part of the timeline because there is actually a scene in Fusion Reborn where Goku turns Super Saiyan 3, and he does mention Majin Buu in the film. He mentions something about how he doesn't remember Buu. I forget exactly what he says, but we know he can turn Super Saiyan 3 in this film because he already did it this one saga before, right before he had to go back to heaven. He fought Boo as Super Saiyan 3. So Chapter 22 is Fusion Reborn. Now Chapter 23, after Fusion Reborn, is, you know, Evil Boo Saga, Super Boo Saga, and the Kid Boo Saga. It's almost the end of Dragon Ball Z. I say almost because Chapter 24 is the final Dragon Ball Z movie, Wrath of the Dragon. It can fit right after they kill Boo. It just fits there. That's Chapter 24. Yeah, it's fine. It has to fit there because, you know, you can't have it before they kill Boo. That'd be just bizarre. So, Wrath of the Dragon would be actually the end of DBZ. Now, when Dragon Ball Super started, the first two movies that came out were, well, when Super was about to start, it was Battle of the Gods, and then the second one was Frieza Returning. But now, even though when those two films debuted, they were still under the banner of Dragon Ball Z, we know now that it was the beginning of the Dragon Ball Super show. And later on, those films were placed in the proper timeline of the Dragon Ball Super show. And so they're actually not really DBZ movies anymore. So we're not actually going to count those. So there you go. I just completed the Dragon Ball Z timeline, and I'm the only motherfucker to do it. Please like and subscribe. Please let me know what you guys think. If the timeline of the show with the movies would ever work, this is like literally the only way it can work. And I just find it kind of ignorant that most fans think that the movies don't fit at all. It's been greatly over-exaggerated that most people assume, well, the films don't at all fit with the timeline. It's just so preposterous that it's no way it could work. Well, I just proved it can work, motherfucker. In fact, most of the movies actually do fit in with the show. There's a little bit of inconsistencies, but other than that, they do fit in the timeline. For the most part, they do. The only problem we had with this timeline was the placement of Goku first turning Super Saiyan and Piccolo's death. Other than that, I mean, everything else fit. So, you know, as a fun experiment for new fans of Dragon Ball Z, if you want to show them the series from the very beginning to the very end, you could actually show them the series in the way that I placed this timeline. And it would give them like the truly ultimate, most badass Dragon Ball Z experience you could possibly give new-coming fans. All you have to do is explain Piccolo's death. That's pretty much it. My name is SuperPat98. Thank you for watching, and I am the Prince of all Saiyans once again.